What the hell, Steve?
We're live?
Yeah, we're live, Steve. We're live. We've been live for 15 seconds. I hope you
haven't Let's check YouTube, see if it is live. Because I haven't got.
Tell you what, guys, I don't know what's going on.
We do.
We are. Someone will tell us.
Can you hear me? Am I?
Yeah.
Am I sounding all right? Because I don't know what's going on with this. There's something not right.
You sound is not.
I've rebooted the system. I think it was Alan reached out to me before saying that update, and I went and I rebooted the system and it's just gone crazy.
Oh,
so I don't know what's going on.
You've not done one of those dreaded Windows updates.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. And we're live.
What I'll do is
we're live.
What I'll do is I
think we're good, Steve. I think we're good.
He's doing a Windows update.
Can't hear the words you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna reboot this system, mate. So
okay.
Bear with me and you
idea.
just carry on and I'm gonna reboot it.
Hey, it wouldn't be a Friday night, would it, without us, Steve? I'll tell you that.
So, Jay, as we're live, we might as well say hello because we've just been talking amongst the three of us on with Steve's technical hitch. So, good evening, all.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday night live stream. Excited for it tonight, are you?
I am, and I was expecting mishaps, and he hasn't disappointed, has he?
Hey, I enjoyed last week though. It was nice to have the open mic as well. That added a bit of variety to the show. I liked it. Yeah,
we were supposed to have three, but one person couldn't make it right at the last note at the end. So obviously,
it sounds a bit like tonight. We're supposed to have three. One person's struggling to make it.
Yeah.
But he's hosting tonight, isn't he? Isn't Steve the host? I'm sure he is.
He's supposed to be. He's gone silent, isn't he? But yeah, going back to last week, I thought it was really good. I think first of all, the floating aquascape with all those acros, I thought was spot on.
How's he doing it? We need to get him back on because I need to really get to the what's that word? Probing questions to get to the bottom of how he does that in a little what is it? A nano, isn't it? Is it 100 liters? It's pretty much. Maybe just a bit bigger.
No, I think it's about 100, 130 litres, I think.
Yeah.
But still a fairly small tank. So, yeah, it was lovely. And then obviously I saw Nick has put in the Cronus this way.
Yeah, I saw the shoals of the Cronus. It looked incredible, didn't it, when they were all kind of following each other around and racing each other around. But
it just shows you behaviour.
Yeah,
it's just the behaviour. When you get over a certain number, they just all shoal together, don't they? Whereas in the smaller numbers, they kind of wander off.
Isn't it those that don't they like pick each other off if there's an even number or something?
I don't know about even number, but certainly Chromis. They're savage to one another, where they will the weakest. But then there's a few other fish. Amphias can do that. Damsels can do that as well. I'm sure there's others, but there's certainly three I know that will pick one another off for sure on that. So you do have to keep them in numbers and put them in places as well. Because when I had blue damsels, because there was lots of different spaces and spots all over the tank, they was all right because they all went to their own territory.
Yeah.
As soon as they went into one another's territory, it all just kicked off between them.
It's crazy. It's crazy how even in these little tanks that we have, they all have their own like little swim area, don't they? I mean, the only one that goes across boundaries in mine is the firefish. It is a really peaceful fish, and he's happy to go into anybody's territory because no one sees him as a threat. But all the rest of them, stick to your lane, guys, because otherwise there's warfare goes on.
Yeah, so I haven't found that so far. So I've got the cherub angel and then the orchid dotty back, and at the moment they've been just swimming all over the place in the open. I've seen absolutely zero aggression. So far.
Even the dotty back, because they say the dotty back's got to be they're reef safe with caution, aren't they? As we were talking about last week.
I don't know about from corals, but certainly other fish. But I've got four. I've got a pair of clowns, the cherub angel, and the dotty back. So you've got probably four fish of three different breeds.
Yeah.
And they're all quite aggressive. But because they're all aggressive, I'm just hoping that if one kicks off, they'll stand up to one another. In which case they'll think, well, I can't win this battle, and off they go. Either that or it'll be carnage in a few months. But I think it'll be all right. At the moment, it's really good. They've found their own, where they go to sleep, they've got different places. Although they're sleeping in different places at the moment because the NEMs, every day, the NEMs are going in a different place. So you see at the moment, it's that one's at the top at the back. It's been right in the middle. It's been at the front. Every day they just move around other than one of them. So it's actually quite fun. And the big one, They've been all over the candy cane, and the candy cane is fine. So it hasn't stung. I think candy cane, other than mushrooms, because the mushrooms killed the candy cane heads. Other than that, I haven't seen anything sting a candy cane. So that's the NEM now. I've had torches, I've had bubble coral, and they're just immune to the stings. So there was one piece of candy canes like that, and the NEM was all the way around it, and it just it looks defined today. And then they move on to something else.
Give you a few weeks, you're gonna get lots more grey hairs anyway.
Well, as I get more NEMs, then the corals will come out, and then once all the corals are out, I won't worry about it because they can just do what they want to do. They'll just wander around. And touch wood, they all open, which means I don't need any more flow at the moment, which is quite good. So I haven't got a power head in there, so I haven't got to worry about them climbing up and then deciding to mince themselves in a power head.
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? With the NEM guards, It's quite crazy, really, in our tanks because we put so many different corals from different areas, even within the different areas of the reef together, and then from different reefs around the world. And same with the fish. Like some of these fish would never coexist in the sea naturally.
Absolutely.
Because Steve lost his voice. It makes a change. Have you done your Windows restart now, Steve?
I don't know if we can hear him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I thought I'd give you two a chance first because I'll probably take up 1 hour and 45 of talking.
1 hour 55.
Oh no, then I'll let you have the first 15 minutes.
Like you're down a coal mine or something.
He's a tin man.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It does, mate. It does.
No,
coming from Lancashire, like from the Lancashire coal mines or something. I don't know. You're back in prison.
Well, it's gonna have to stay here. It's gonna have to stay here, mate. I feel like it. I tell you. I don't know.
Anyway, good to see you, mate, and welcome to Friday Night
Live. You too, mate.
Yeah. No one noticed. So,
you didn't register, Steve. You haven't called us in yet. Who's in the chat?
You haven't done a roll call, Steve.
I know. Absolutely, mate. As we are customary to our live streams, we always do that, don't we? So, first thing in the house, as always, is Tony. Evening, Tony. Let's see what you just quickly put there. He's kept looking forward to the stream cows will wait to set up his Bubble Magnus automatic roller. Wow, that should be good. Fair play to you. John, as always.
There's quite a few of those on the market now, isn't there? Whereas there was the Travis C, and before that there was a couple in the States.
Yeah.
There's now more. You've got quite a big range of those roller filters now.
That's it. More and more of them are. I think it's because we've said it before in the past, haven't we? How the ease of use of them, no washing filter socks or putting filter floss in the cups and stuff like that. It's just so much easier when it automatic. It just does it itself. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry. It's a set it and forget it machine, and that's it. That's what can you ask for? You know what I mean? That's why I mean, they call me the lazy reef. I should have probably been called the lazy reefer in theory. That's what I should have done. But if somebody didn't have it, but I mean, it is what it is. I like to enjoy my tank. If I don't have to do anything with a tank, that's the best thing for me. You know what I mean? But anyway, Cottage Reef.
Can you hear me, Reefer? That's what I'd have called you. Yeah, guys. Can you hear me, guys?
Reef life evening.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? ...
It's got that on a mug, I think.
Skids, evening Skids. Hayler, as always, evening Hayler. MK Reef. Reef Port is in the house as well. As always, Drippy Reef Geek. He's in the house. Let's get this foreplay started, he's saying. Well, fair play to you.
He's on the beers, by looks of it.
Trevor Rhodes, evening Trevor. UKM 120. Stu's Reef, evening Stu.
Evening,
Stu, as always. Are you off the zoo, or are you driving, or are you loading up? What you're doing, mate? I'll probably find out below anyway what you're doing now. Darren, evening Darren. Julie, as always, our timekeeper. Evening Julie. Aquarium.
What a change done. Hey, you read that? Did you read that?
He's ignoring
that, didn't he, Paul? I skipped over that one quite quick.
Absolutely.
Aquarium. Read the first bit of Aquarians.
It's like a dirty word. They get demonetized if he says water change.
Yeah, that's it.
I know, don't say that.
It's a swear word.
Mogsy must be messing around with Sally. We'll have none of that, mate. None of that. It's not 9 o'clock yet. We'll leave that.
Chris is a long-standing viewer. If you remember Sally, he goes back to, was it 2 years? That's
it's got to be, hasn't it? No, well, 18 months ago, and it's got to be, easy. Let me see. I've missed it. Oh, Mickey boy, evening Mickey.
Evening Mickey.
Phil, evening Carol, evening my mate. Hope you're well. Sky Marine. Riggsy. Question for Jay. Evening.
Yeah. That didn't take long, did it, Riggsy? That didn't take long. Where's Ross? Where is Ross? Where is Ross? I'm going to make a song about him. There's one about Alice, but I'm going to make one about Ross.
He'd appreciate that.
Well, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, exactly.
He's having family time again, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's back. I saw today he's back in 2 or 3 weeks' time. I think I saw.
Is he? Oh, is it the timer? Thank God, because the questions stop them.
Questions will stop.
When's he going to do a video?
What's that?
Jay, when's Ross going to do a video?
Yeah, well, that is true. He's not even made one in 2023, has he? Come on, he's supposed to be a YouTuber, for God's sake. What's he doing?
He's retired.
It's a semi-YouTuber now, isn't it? Semi-YouTuber. He's got an excuse. He's got an excuse, though. He's got an excuse, so it's all good. It's all good. Evening, John. Hope you're well, my friend.
Evening,
HC Aquatics. Evening, my mate. Hope you're well.
Yes. I loved having you on the live stream last week. You're an absolutely awesome guest. And we have to get back on at some point because I still don't know how to grow SBS. Top down.
Oh, yeah. And let us see. Haley Barr. Evening, Haley. So I think we've actually caught up. And Haley mentioned in there, free ironing board watershed. That's a long story, that wasn't it, guys? But we'll talk about that another time. But it was good. It was good fun.
When you got leather on
Chris at the bottom there, it's just put. Sorry, Jay.
When you got drunk on a live stream, that's when it was.
Yeah, I was drunk. Well, I would say I was tipsy. I wouldn't say drunk. I would say tipsy. Yeah, I had a couple. Not many. But it was all right. It was good. Anyway, anyone at Crackney on Sunday? Nipped in tonight, some lovely corals and fish in stock. Well, I am paying it a visit there on Sunday. I'm off, so I will be heading up there. Don't know what time. Probably be maybe, if anything, I guess I would say about 11 o'clock. I'll probably get there for. But yeah, I will be going there, and I know they were stocking up loads of stock last week when I went up, and they said that they were getting it all ready for the Crackney meet. So I mean. It's always good there. We use them in there, like you lads. It's a nice place. If you can get there, it's well worth a visit.
Yeah, it's a nice layout.
Well worth a visit.
It helps that you got a place where there's loads of parking. Because it's nothing worse than LFS when you can't get the parking. I mean, it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice place, wasn't it? The tanks were nice and clean. Coal trays were really good. I mean, obviously that was in the days when is Dom still there? Because obviously Dom got bought out, but I don't know if he left altogether now. I wasn't too sure if he were. How long he was working there before he left?
He's left. Yeah.
It's a great.
It doesn't start till 12 o'clock. I don't think it can't be that, surely. It can't be that. 12 o'clock.
Doesn't start till
12. Well, I'll be the first one there.
You'd be there at 11.
If I get there for 11.
Like 10, wasn't it 10 till about 4 or 5?
Yeah, 10 till 4. Well, it's on a Sunday, so if it don't open till 12, then it's shut 4 o'clock. So it's only open for 4 hours.
Well, you can do 6 hours trading, so maybe it's 12 till 6. I don't know. Maybe they're opening later to stay open. So, opening later to close later. I don't know, because you're restricted, aren't you, 6 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Just a Sunday,
maybe they might do that. Hey, Sunday, yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
So maybe they're doing that.
Chris, have they got any gonnies in?
I'll have to check.
What's the gonnie selection looking like?
Yeah, they have got a few gonnies in there, to be fair. I tell you know what? I was sat there before, I was thinking that, like, my gonnie does seem to be starting to
shape up my pink one. It seems to be coming back to life. Little bit of polyp extension, not as much as it was, but it's definitely coming back. But I was saying there, when I went up there the other week, last week, they had some lovely alveoporas. You know, alveoporas, which are very similar. Which are very similar to Gonnies, yeah. And the colours of some of them was incredible, mate. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, these are really nice. Now I remember having alveoporas in my 170. You know what I mean? And I could keep them. So maybe there might be a chance that I might purchase one of them if there's a nice one there on Sunday. But yeah, alveoporas are beautiful.
Yeah, they're supposed to be easier. They're supposed to be easier to look after compared to
easier.
I'm not saying all of them are, but certainly easier. I picked up one the other day because someone popped round and I swapped some frags. I've got kind of the shorter, stumpy ones, but I prefer the longer. I prefer the longer stems on them because I just think they flow better. But it's the same guy who brought, because the 3 nems I got here, we swapped. He took some of my corals and I got the 3 nems. So it was just brilliant to be able to swap like that. So, but
didn't you buy an alveopora from Signature Frag? You did, didn't you? How's that get on? The yellow green one?
No, it was a kind of minty colour.
Mint, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice. It's growing, extending really well. It's got decent flow on it. I just put it in place and just let it get on with it. And it's doing really, really well. Yeah. So I definitely want to get a couple more, but just got to find the right colour.
I fancy one, to be fair.
Yeah. I do fancy it.
Is it green or?
Yeah.
You don't see many colour variations, do you?
No, you don't. You don't really have the alveoporas, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, you see, like I said, I seen one the other day, and I thought, you know what, that really does, and it was dead flowy, big long tentacles, and I was like, that looks really nice. That, and I was like, that looks really, really good. That, but I mean, I was only popping up for a few little bits and bobs, so I thought I'm not going to go back with a coddle. I'll wait until maybe they crack the meat and see how it goes. You know what I mean? But it did look nice, and they said they were getting some more stock in, so before the meet. So I'll wait and see. But I'll go then, and I might purchase something. But yeah, Chris is saying it's 12 till 6, so I won't be there at 11 then, Chris. I'll be there at 12. So I'll see you there then, mate.
You'll be first in the queue, won't you, Steve? And they got Gonny Gardens. Is that somebody else's like rocks or something, that someone's established rocks and sold them off? Gonny Gardens. I didn't see that.
I didn't see them, mate. But maybe they come in after. I went and seen them. But I did see them once. Gonny Garden, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, if it's got some nice pieces on it. Yeah, that's like somebody's chopping the tank down, isn't it?
Could be.
Could be. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, Paul, I watched your latest upload. Well impressed with that floating scape. I really do like that tank. I think out of all of them, I think that's probably one of my best ones actually that you've done, even better than your large one that you had. In all honesty, you know what I mean? To be fair,
it's a bit. I've done it because it's a bit different. I mean, I got the inspiration from a guy out in Switzerland. I can't remember the guy's name. That's Sea Friendly Reef. Went and saw that one. They had the small. I think it's the Max Nano, and he had all stollies and things like that. And then I contacted him, saw a bit about how he did it and everything else. And so basically, I just copied that idea.
Is that Coalfish Zoa, isn't it? Not Coalfish.
I can't remember. It might be. Yeah, it might be him. And obviously he closed it down. So that's where I saw it the first time, and I thought really nice in a small tank, not a massive amount of scape, and just cover it in corals. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Now that I tell you, it looks a lot better now. There's nothing on the sand bed because it makes the rest of the scape just stand out. And the SPS are doing pretty well. A couple of them are. So I'm going to add some more SPS and then go from there. The only thing is the torch on the right hand side is massive and it's taking up tons of
I noticed that. Yeah, it's gone huge, isn't it?
And I fragged it as well. The interesting thing, right, that is a gold torch. When I put the frag in the tank next to it, it looks nothing like it. The frag has completely changed colour. So I've seen online where people saying, I bought a coral completely and I've got it, it's a completely different colour. I had a couple of people around and said, you think that frag is the same as that? I said, no, it's a different torch. And it's the same torch. It's just completely changed colour because the lighting, the nutrients.
The light spectrum,
and it's been in there about 6 weeks, so it's probably settled now. So, you know, you wouldn't, you look at it, it's not, you wouldn't say it's a gold, well, it's not a gold torch. That's not a gold torch frag. But the other one's quite high up as well, so it's getting decent lighting, although it's only Gen 3s, so I don't need to, I can have it quite high and it won't batter it. But I'm really chuffed with it.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with it. And I know we discussed it before, but Reef makes things so much easier because you know all the elements are in there. You just dose it all in one, no messing around, and it just does it, doesn't it? So
it is good. Like you said, we've spoke about it, God, numerous times on with that Reef, and like I said, once you've got your nutrients up, not your nutrients, sorry, your levels up to where you want them, you know, in the range of like the Reef, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? You know what I mean? To just keep dosing that stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's rock steady, isn't it? You know, you never really see it fluctuate on anything.
It is as well, and also, which doesn't cover in the video, I've done it. I put the CO2 scrubber on it, and I put the Apex on it. So before, the pH was ranging between 7.8 and 8. I've only had the CO2 scrubber on it for 4 or 5 days. The range is 8.1 to 8.2. So it's gone up by 0.2, which doesn't seem that much, but I think it's quite a bit of a change. And then the swing is only 0.1. So that's just attaching the CO2 scrubber to the skimmer, which is really easy. And for it to go up by that amount, I know it's not a massive amount, and it takes it up to 8.4. So I'm just going to leave it like that for 2 or 3 months and see what impact that has. But the fact it's taking up the pH, and it's such a, I think, quite a cheap option. Obviously, I won't know how much the media lasts and whether it takes months to do it. But
sure. Instead of using your CO2 scrubber, you could just remove all like the draft exclusion around your garage door. Let the air blow through, and then you won't have like loads of CO2 in there.
It'd just be cold.
What's he doing, Stiaco? He's got loads of CO2 in his garage.
You know what made me laugh was when on his latest video, he said, "Yeah, we had a couple of calls wasn't doing that good, and I think it was because of the heat in the garage." And I was like, "No wonder it's all like you said, the draft exclusion and the shaggy rug and all that, all blocking the finger all in there. That's what it is, mate.
It's like a full-on like
radiator right above it,
in there as well.
Right above the tank." I'm like, well, yeah.
Right, if I have no
something
heat
to do with it,
if I have no heat, the butler will complain.
Why does he sleep in there? Does he sleep in there?
He's upstairs, downstairs.
Someone's definitely in there, I'll tell you.
Oh, mate, I tell you.
Luxury.
It's funny, that butler, I tell you. That butler, he's made for life, that lad. That's his Marine Reef. Evening, Tati. This is the chap who mentioned that thing in one of my last videos about the where the gunny might be a bit off. Was because of that lanthium. Was it lanthium or something like that in certain things? Well, you can rest assured I've actually swapped over now. I'm not using it because my phosphate's still relatively low, but I've gone back to raw phos now. I took the other one stuff out, and I'm gonna do exactly like what you said, my mate. So massive thanks for pointing me in the right direction on that. Hopefully everything will look better, especially my gunnies.
So you've got no raw phos at the moment, then, or you're running raw phos?
No, because I was running the crack and coral stuff when the original the old stuff, But obviously, and when I switched over to that was when I remember, when I look back on my videos, that was when the gunnies started to be really peed up. It was literally a week later. That's when it started to think. So I was like, is it a coincidence or what? But when Tati's Marine reached out and said, "Oh, well, it could be that because this, that, the other," I thought, well, it could only be that. So I've tested my phosphates. My phosphates are like 0.03. So I don't really need it. But if they start to rise up, then I'm going to run the raw phos. I've got the raw phos, and I'm going to do that instead. So I'm not going to use the other stuff. So we'll see whether the gunnies come out, because they're still dosing the manganese and stuff and things like that. So
that makes a difference.
Hopefully it will work, mate. But we'll see how it goes. Do you know what I mean? But if you've not already seen his channel, go check him out, because he's got an absolutely incredible tank. Tati's Marine, it's out of this world, mate. It's really, really nice, and he makes all of his own stuff as well. So he does his own calc stirrers. He built his own calc stirrer and all. That's crazy, mate.
Really?
You know what I mean? He's
channel the same name as Instagram? Is the same name as YouTube there?
take
his marina. Yeah,
That's his
but
marina.
definitely check his tank out. It's beautiful.
Thanks for
stunning gunnies as well, mate. You'll love it, Jay.
Oh, thanks for helping us out. That's what's good about YouTube as well. Sometimes, you know, when you're having an issue, somebody just jumps on, don't they, and put in the comments just to give you a bit of help. It's good.
And you get some ideas as well, don't you? As you say, people give you feedback that's genuine, and other times
absolutely.
You just get stick.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, it's pretty good. And
absolutely.
Just going back up, so Steve, I've got to speak to you because I'm up in Manchester on Wednesday. Ooh. And we're up to see the football, so I'm bringing the corals up for you. So we'll sort out, and I'll drop off the Raja and whatever other ones we've so you get the Raja on Wednesday.
God, I can't wait, mate. I tell you. Oh, looking forward to that. It's going to look it's going to take pride of place in that little crap where they've already saved it, mate. I've saved a nice spot for it, so I'm hoping it's going to do well in there, mate. Fingers crossed.
No reason.
You know what I mean?
Also,
fingers crossed.
The Dayglow volcanoes, they're looking pretty good at the moment. So
I'm looking forward to it, mate. Can't wait. Nice one, Paul. Appreciate that, mate.
We're going to the football together then as well afterwards.
Well, I don't think so. I'm travelling up. Me and the two boys are going to the football. I don't know if you're around or not, Steve. Are you going to the football? Are you going to football, Steve? You got a ticket?
No, my brother's got it. He's going with his mate. Yeah, he's going because I was originally working a semi-late. So when you said to me, "Oh, you're going to come up," I was like, "I'll see if I can swap it." So I managed to swap my shift over. You know what I mean? But by that time, my brother, he's a season ticket holder anyway, so he can go and he can get tickets. But yeah, so I said, "Oh, there's no point in letting me have a ticket. Give it to your mate." So he's got it. But I would have gone otherwise. I love going to the match. It's always good fun.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. The two boys wanting to go, so I thought we had to buy some tickets. So
hey, what's all this I'm seeing here? I'm not liking this. What's all this going on about?
Darren come round to get some corals, and he said, "Where's the Raja?" And it was in the corner with its 5 eyes, and he was tempted. So once that goes, I'm fragging him a piece, and it'll stay in that corner until it gets more eyes. So
it's quite a good grow, isn't it? Raja and Pace, quite a good grow, really.
It grows. It's actually so I've cut 2 pieces already, and it's now healed, and you wouldn't see where I'd cut those. So it's a fast grow. So I'm just going to frag it some more, and I'll just keep on fragging it. And people I know just want a piece. Fine.
Hey, Alex.
Reef Dog, even in Alex. Hope you're well, my mate. And he's put, how's the cow cluster going, Steve? Corals tripled in size and showing epic pollen extension. Absolutely, mate. I wouldn't say they've tripled in size, but I'll definitely say they've grown some for sure. Now, is it just because of the cow cluster? Maybe. Is it? I think it's probably because of the pH, in all honesty. You know, with that, like I said before, I couldn't even. It was even if it tipped 8, you know what I mean, on my pH, I was lucky, you know what I mean? 8.1 was like, it was jumping around the house, dancing for joy at 8.1, you know what I mean? Now, during the day, it's like 8.35, 8.36, and it never drops below 8.2 now at all. It's always at 8.2. So I think the rise in the pH has helped massive, you know what I mean, with it, which is a big plus. But remember, I'm also still dosing the Aquaforest as well, so that's topping it up as well. But so far, so good, Alex. I should have, like we always say, we should have done it sooner, shouldn't we? We always say that, don't we? You know, this summer. I should have done that before. I should have done it last year. I should have done it 6 months ago. But it is what it is. But yeah, so far, so good, mate. And like everybody else is saying, calc is king. That's what they always say, don't they? But yeah, it's going well. It's going well, so I appreciate it.
We did talk about it last June.
Yeah, that's wow. It's a big change. It's a big change, though, isn't it?
Oh. And it was 6 months, and you done it over Christmas. I get where you're coming from, but it was last year. You was talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yes. Remember, things take time. Things take time, Paul, don't they?
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, says he's got a KH keeper that's sitting on the wall.
I was going to say that, yeah. Sitting on the wall for the past year, is it? Something like
that. Something like that, yeah.
I'll tell you how good the calc is anyway. You know your photo for the live stream, your thumbnail. That's your tank, isn't it? Recently, it looked. I noticed it looks incredible, mate. I honestly think it's the best photo of your tank that I've ever seen. It looks crystal clear. You know, the corals are popping. It just looks super, super bright. Yeah, I noticed you changed the thumbnail on tonight's live stream, and it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? You just gotta, like you said, I always say it all the time. It's just like I try to do very little to it. I don't put my hands in. I try not to do much with it. You know what I mean? And I don't like, like panic if something happens majorly. I mean, obviously, if something really happens, then you got to like think. But if I just leave it to its own devices now. It's 4 years old, isn't it? So it runs itself. You know what I mean? As long as I feed the fish. Mainly, that's all I'm concerned about. Just feed the fish now. I'll just feed the fish, and that's it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've used the coral power food twice a week. And that's it, mate. That's all I do. I don't do anything else. You know what I mean? With the tank, might give clean the glass every 3 days or something, and that's it. And it's good to go, mate. But yeah. Anyway, Ian, what are your favourite and worst cleanup crew in your opinion, fellas? My hermit crab has killed the snails. My conch has eaten some SPS. I've never heard of that one.
No.
Conch has eaten the SPS. Are you feeding them or something? You must be feeding them or something. You put them on rations. I've never heard of it. Conch has eaten SPS. Could be wrong.
They haven't got any teeth, have they? So are they going to chew on SPS? I don't know.
I know, yeah.
That is nuts.
I would have thought like they'd munch on like an elpia, like a torch coral or something fleshy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know.
He's put GSP right at the bottom. He said, "Sorry, I meant GSP."
GSP
difference.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
It's still hard to believe that they eat GSP, isn't it? Really? Jesus, they just kind of suck the sand up. That's about it, isn't it? Really? Well, that's what they're doing mine. Yeah. Anyway, so for the answer to this one, you need to tune in to Alex and Prestige Reef live stream on Sunday. They're doing this, aren't they? What's your favourite cleanup crew? So on the discussion, so you can jump on, you can vote. Yeah, it's dead good, honestly. But I don't know. What are you thinking, guys? Favourite cleanup crew?
Worst cleanup crew? For me, you know what? To be honest, I've never really had any worst cleanup crew. To be fair, they've always done a splendid job. Do you know what I mean? For me, now but then again, I've only really had like Nazarius snails. I've got about 10 bumblebee snails in there. I had a couple of the cleaner shrimps, which were great. I thought they were fantastic. The cleaner shrimps. What else did I have in it? Oh, a couple of conch snails, and that's about it. And I've got one big huge hermit crab, which just goes about and does this thing. Everybody's seen it. The size of that crab, it's absolutely mad. In fact, I don't think it's actually reef safe. To be honest, I don't know where it's come from. It's absolutely huge, but I might have to check that guy out because I don't know whether he should be in there. He keeps getting bigger and bigger, looking for a bigger shell. But
Ross hasn't been around.
Other than that, they've all seemed to do their own thing. I've never seen them like irritating anything, eating corals, or I've never seen them do anything like that. They just do their own thing. So I've not really got any, but they're my favourite ones. My favourite ones are probably Nazarius, I think. I love Nazarius snails. I just think they're fantastic when they come out.
Cleanup crew. Come on.
Hey?
How can a snail be a cleanup crew? Joking, are you?
I love them, mate. No, I love Nazarius snails. I think they're great.
Same here. Snails, Nazarius snails. I like bumblebees as well. Nice and small. We get into the little crevices, and also they eat vermitid snails as well.
They keep
that at bay. I must admit, I've stayed away from hermit crabs only because you read so much about them attacking the snails and killing snails. I think personally, to keep snails or hermit crabs, and I've always done all right with snails. And then I like conches. I think they're great little characters.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, I like them. I do. They clean up the snail, but they're just watching them. It reminds me of Teletubbies.
Yeah, when they're like on a vertical part of the scape, and you're like, you're not going to get up there, and all of a sudden it's just arm comes out.
Absolutely,
just like there's a pull up and it lifts itself up. You're like, how the hell have you done that? Absolutely nuts. Mine's got to be one of the shrimps. My favourite cleanup crew. It's either my blood red shrimp, because it's just huge and it looks like a lobster. But I think my winner would be my Randall's pistol shrimp. Just because it lives with the goby, it comes out, it's always digging about, it ends up burying corals and stuff like that. And then every now and again it'll shoot at something, usually a hermit crab or something. So I could, the shrimps for me, I could watch them, whereas the snails get a bit boring after a time.
But is the pistol shrimp a cleanup crew?
Yeah, the shrimps are cleanup crews.
Is it? But is that
What's
one?
it do?
What does it do? What's
That just has a symbiotic relationship, mate, with a shrimp. That just has a symbiotic relationship with
It turns more sand over than a conch does.
No,
Easy.
no, we're not having that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. What do we think?
In the same hole. It's in the same hole. It does it in the same hole, mate.
For cleanup crew, they eat detritus. That's what they eat. Anything that's scrap on the bottom of the tank.
I'm not sure about pistol shrimp. I don't know if that classifies. What do people think? Is it
I know what
shrimp
people
clean
think.
up?
You know what people are going to think about this now? Like,
We'll put that. Yeah, we'll put that. We'll put that across the people who thinks it actually is a clean piece, a part of a cleanup crew. What Jay's saying.
Or is it just for decoration?
Starfish, shrimps, snails, urchins. They're good.
Yeah, I'm good with that. But they are cleanup crew. I'm not too sure about a pistol shrimp.
Yeah.
Pistol shrimp. See, a shrimp's cleanup crew. You're saying no shrimp's a cleanup crew?
Oh, I didn't say that.
No.
Oh, just
shrimps. Cleaner shrimps are, yeah.
Yeah, it says it in the title, cleaner.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cleaner shrimp.
Pistol doesn't say clean, it says shoot, doesn't it?
All shrimps are cleanup crew. Surely you can't differentiate between a pistol shrimp and a bloody cleaner shrimp or whatever it is. Redwood shrimp.
I'm not sure, Jay.
You're not sure.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
Wind me up.
We'll leave that for another day, Jay. We'll leave that for another day and another debate. I think.
Definitely.
We'll look into that. We'll look into it.
And it's
Paul, my mate bought and heavily flagged that Raja Rampage and nothing doing well. You got any tips I can give him for healing it? Hold for King.
So I suspect what he's done, he's bought it, not let it settle, then fragged it. It's gone in completely conditions and therefore it hasn't done very well. So what I would tend to do is maybe do a dip, an iodine dip. I'd leave it on the sand bed, but raised off the sand bed. So maybe get some tiles, because if you've got freshly cut chalices and they're on the sand bed, they get irritated by the sand. So I wouldn't put them on a rock or anything. If you've got a number of pieces, I would put them on a tile. I probably wouldn't put them onto frag plugs, because sometimes they don't like being put on when they're freshly cut. Sometimes they don't like being put on the putty. So when I put them on a frag disc, if they're not settled, I'll just put them with glue underneath. So I'd raise them. I'd leave my frag plugs. If you've got big tiles, just leave them on the tile, and therefore they haven't got things to agitate them. And if they're not doing well, it can take ages to turn them around. Especially if you frag lots of them, because what you're doing, you're fraying all the edges. And if you haven't used scissors, you could well have ripped the crust on them around the edges. And if you've ripped the crust, they don't like that. And they tend to either bleach out immediately or they take a while to heal. But if you use scissors, you get a nice clean cut, and therefore they're less likely to strip and they're less likely to be damaged around the edges, and they heal a lot quicker. So I know I'm saying some things it's after the event, so it's too late, but I would just raise them off the sand. If they're on frag plugs, take them off, put them on tiles, and just leave them. Be patient with them. Don't have too much light. And they'll probably take. I've had ones that have taken 3-4 months to heal in the early days when I really didn't know. And when I used to frag them, I used to kill maybe 3 out of 10 pieces. Now, touch wood, I don't really kill any pieces because I use scissors.
Thing is, you're really good with chalices. Yeah,
so when I get pieces, I never frag if I've just bought a piece. I let it settle for 3 to 4 months at least, because they've got to get used to your conditions.
Remember when
you walk parameters,
Yeah.
That was a brilliant live. We've not had any since. I love that one. Live fragging Paul in the kitchen.
I tell you what, I'm gonna frag a rainbow chalice. I was thinking, what have I actually done? And obviously I did it.
Yeah.
It was squeaky bum time on that one for sure. But it's survived. And both pieces are doing really well. Both from small colonies now, so it's fine.
Crazy.
Oh, it's good stuff.
John's put Mogsys Aquarium. I'm thinking of getting miracle mud. Well, Jay's the master. I know Jay uses it.
I dropped some in today.
Oh, look at it. There we go.
How big it is, though.
There it is.
Ridiculous. I put some in today. Every time I do a little water change, it just seems to like take just conditions the water with a bit more nutrients, you know, because it's a little tank. When I take that much out to do a water change about there, and then I just put a little bit of mud in, and it just dissipates out, and then it just feeds the corals straight after the water change. It just seems to be really good. And when we went to Signature Frags, me and Paul were there, and he's like, just the one thing that's got, you know, that he thinks helps the tanks is the mud. Yeah, I think it's quite hard to get hold of at the moment. I don't know.
So I've been using it on the tanks, and as soon as I used it on the tank behind me, the NEMs then started moving again. So whether that's because of that or whether they're moving anyway. But yeah, I've used it across all 3 tanks, and definitely I think I do it every 2 weeks. That's what you said, didn't you? I
do every. Well, I've started to do it after every water change now. I do a little water change, little pea-sized amount, just so it just goes a little bit cloudy, and then it clears after about an hour. And it just, the corals just seem to love it. And anything else?
Darren's saying there that he used it and his LPS looks better the next day for sure. So I mean, you've always said that anyway, aren't you, Jay? You know what I mean?
Been using it for ages.
You know, at the end of the day,
it was Scott from Future Frags, wasn't it? It was Scott from Future Frags.
That's right. Yeah.
We bought them chalice off. He said, feed it mud every now and again.
Yeah,
because the mineralization in the water is just good for chalice, it's good for LPS, good for I think everything but SPS. I'm not sure about SPS, but LPS tanks it really works well. Fiji mud, that's the one. It's good.
Fiji mud or something. I mean, AF Life Source, I mean that was the one that I was going to get. That AF Life Source, that Forest Life Source. Remember when they had there was a bit of a story about them, weren't they, saying that there was all like loads of metals in there, weren't they? Remember it?
Yeah,
and then that guy he opened the bag of it, didn't he? And then he takes it all out on this tub and with a huge magnet, and he took like so many like metals out of the mud. Everyone was like, what in the hell, what's this about? But then they come back and said, listen, this is what's needed, this is what's in the sea, basically, you know what I mean? It's what's needed and all that, blah, blah. And everybody was fine with it, and they said, send ICPs, it'll all come back all right, and they did, and it all came back, you know what I mean? That it was sufficient, you know what I mean? So they know what they're doing for sure. Well, I definitely need to try that stuff.
Anybody who's trying to buffer the nutrients, it's a natural solution, and it'll just take up your nitrates and your phosphates straight away. So if you're struggling, if your nutrients keep bottoming out and you're struggling, just get some mud and just start to dose a bit of that every week.
So is that what it can do? Is raise your nutrients as well, Jay? Is that what it does?
Yeah, it buffers your nutrients. Yeah. Does it? Yeah.
Right.
And then just feed your corals.
Yeah. Stu's Reef. He likes his blue-legged and red-legged hermits, algae hermits, and a pain.
Yeah.
Now we're going on to the debate. Pistol shrimps are not clean up through. Hey.
I thought it was my mate.
Jay's been hooked.
How can shrimp not be clean up?
Yeah, Nick, we did see these. I thought you was adding 30 crawlers. Why did you suddenly have 50? I want to know why. Why the change? It does look. I've got to admit, it does look good though. I've got to admit, when they were all shoaling together, when he posted that thing on Instagram, I was like, it did look good. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
Hasn't he triggered a fishing ban now? There's none left in the bloody sea. He's got more than that one tank now, hasn't it? It did look good when they were all shoaling together. I'll give him that. That looked really cool.
I tell you.
But I hope they all survive. There's a lot of them in there.
Well, I was speaking to Nick in the week,
even
and he's taking them out. So that not all the 50 are staying in there. So they're moving on. I can't remember if he said they're all moving on. Yeah, but certainly a large proportion of them are moving on. But into a bigger tank. So I think he's got them in there for a short period of time to help with kick off the tank, and then they'll move to another tank.
Yeah, they look good. They look really good. Hey,
Carl said he's set it up as 200 XL. Wow, another tank.
Yeah, so I think Cole, have you moved now? Because I know last time we spoke, he was moving, but I don't know if you've actually moved.
Yeah, I believe it's just moved down. That's the one he had. He's had that tank a while, I think, but just empty.
Yeah.
Now he's set up. That's a really nice size reef. That is 200.
Yeah, it's nice. It's obviously it's similar to the 170, but it's just a little bit deeper front to back. So yeah, it's a lovely tank. I know he wasn't overly keen when he first got it, but I don't know how he feels about it now. Obviously, he's setting it up, so it must be all right.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just trying to keep up with some of the things. Yeah, Tatter's Reef. My corals have gone mental after going to pH plus. Yeah, that's the Reef's elements in it. Yeah, the Reef's elements. They've got the normal one, and then they've got the pH plus in it, which is the same as the other, but they've added something that raises pH in it as well. So, there's elements. Anything that raises pH is good, I think, for sure. Definitely. Chris, not really. Jade Ras is great for vermitids as well. Stu's Reef. Azzy. Yeah, Reef's elements. pH plus.
I fancy that.
I know corals are doing really well.
So with that pH plus, obviously it increases the pH. What else does it do? Is it just a buffer for pH?
Yeah.
Or is it a buffer for something else? So does it do alkalinity?
It does your alkalinity and it does your calcium alkalinity.
Well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's the original one. They do the original ones, don't they? You know, in 2 litres, 5 litres, and 10 litres. You know, the one like what I have, which buffers your alkalinity and calcium.
Right, but
it's also added pH plus as well. So it raises or potentially raises your pH as well in your tank. Even in Galgal, hope you're well, my friend. Hey, Simon. Another huge fan of Miracle Mud here from Nick. So that's good. Everyone's saying evening. Everyone's all saying evening.
Arrivals here. There's like another lot of people just turned up. It's good.
Yeah, we seem to have gone crazy now here. Spent the last 6 hours in A&E last night with her in tears and pain. I hope I've missed something. Hope everything's all right.
I hope everything's all right.
Galgal now.
Not good.
So yeah, Aquarium. I use the mud now and again, but when you look at other vids from America, they seem to suggest you should put loads in a container in your sump and gradually. I've seen that once.
Yeah,
to be fair, as well. I can't remember who I actually seen them. They put it in the sump. They actually stuck the miracle, whatever the mud was, in the sump in like one of those Chinese takeaway Tupperware boxes that you get, and they had it. They put it in there. They put it in the sump with a load of mud in it. I can't remember.
That was years ago. Over it or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's more naturally. That's what
I don't know why. I don't know why, but I remember watching it a long time. I'm talking. God, it's got to be 2-3 years ago or so. I seen that. I seen it a long time ago. So obviously it's way before aquaforest stuff, and I'm presuming it'll be way before Fiji mud. I don't know how long that's been out, but
I've seen it before. It's almost like a sand bed, but not a sand bed. Obviously, just a bed of mud. In the sun, it just sucks out the nutrients from that. I don't know if you have to change it over after a period of time or not. But yeah, I haven't seen it for quite a while. But I remember seeing people doing it not on a regular basis, but like 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I do remember seeing it.
50 chromas.
50 chromas will sort the coral bay, and then 7 foot with 3 foot tank. Wow, interesting. Can't wait to see that. For sure.
Nice.
Absolutely. Galgal is saying to Nick, send him a price for a 4 foot with 3 foot with 2 foot with a rear left hand way. Galgal in the market for a new tank.
That's nice though. If you've got 3 foot wide, in terms of what you can do with the aquascape, with that kind of depth from back to front, you can really do something nice with the aquascape that makes it look brilliant. You don't see many 3 foot seats because they're quite hard to do.
Two-part dosing.
Yeah.
So it's 2-part dosing, that stuff.
Okay.
2-part dosing. Right. Yeah. I'll have to look into that, but I remember seeing a little video about it. There's not many videos about that the pH plus one of the Reef's elements. But I'll have to check into it because it does seem interesting, to be fair. You know, when you look at it, I mean, I won't need it now because my pH, I don't want my pH to rise any more than what it does now, to be fair. So it's gone up. You know what I mean? But it's definitely people who struggles with pH. It's interesting to use. Aquarium, watch lots of videos about ecosystem miracle mud, and Mike Coletto uses it, so it must be okay. Absolutely, he's using it for sure. It's good.
I just think it's hard to get hold of. I think they've banned the removal of the muds from Fiji, so they can't dig them out to export them because it was ecosystem like damage. So I think it's hard to get hold of. The Fijian mud is because it's, I say, they've got a ban on it. They can't excavate it.
Yeah. Wow. Nick, I run miracle mud and reactor with slow seeping flow, not tumbling. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Never didn't know you could do that, but that's very, very interesting. And he says, 30% exchange of miracle mud per year. Still got the big tank. Right, bear with me, guys. I've just got to go somewhere.
What are you doing? What?
And then he's gone.
Then he's gone. Do you need the toilet or something? What's he just dashed off?
I don't know. That was
Still got the big one here and it's empty.
Is that the innovative marine one, Julie? Yeah, because I remember you closing it down. So what, you're going to keep that and then kick it back up in due course?
That's the thing, isn't it? It's hard to stay out of this hobby. If you leave, I don't think, I said to my wife today, I think I'll always now have a marine tank because I don't think, even if I left, even if I shut a tank down or whatever, not that I'm gonna, but I don't think I could stay out for too long before I'd have to set up another one. There's loads of micro bubbles coming out of your tank, Paul, there. Well, there was.
There is. It probably needs the auto top off. I've got to say, it's got the Red Sea one, which is the 2 litre one. I keep them forgetting to fill it up. So it's right.
They see it there, though.
Yeah, I can. So I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to put a different auto top off on it because this one just runs out in no time. So when Steve comes back, I'll go and fill up the bottle to fill that up. But it'll be all right for a little bit. But yeah.
But I think that's. I know you tried to stick with the standard ATO, but I think you don't need to change anything else. But I think that's one thing that it struggles with, isn't it? It's very kind of time consuming and
it's 2 litres and it does go for about 1 litre a day.
Yeah.
So when you forget it every so often, like I do, that's what happens. But I don't think I'll put a 25 litre drum in there because I think that's too big. But I might go for 8 or 10 litres, something like that.
Mine's 15 underneath. Yeah. Which it can last about 10 days if the weather's, it all depends on temperatures, doesn't it, and evaporation.
Yeah. Well, I've found about 1 litre a day because I'm topping it up every 2 days, which isn't too bad.
You're right, Steve. Everything all right with your tank?
I had to go for a toilet break.
Toilet break.
Everything's fine with the tank, mate. Yeah, everything's fine with that.
Right, so I'm going to disappear now because I've got to fill up the RO on this. Because
you're going for a toilet break. All right.
No.
I've got bubbles.
It's like a spa bath for his fish.
Oh, right, God, it's not your ATO, is it? Oh my God, don't talk to me about ATOs.
Yeah, it's
hurry up, Red Sea, and release that one. Freaking hell, I tell you.
What, you've got on pre-order, haven't you? The new Red Sea ATO, haven't you? I'm interested to see what you think of that one.
So will I, mate. So will I. It can't be much worse than the one I've already got. Tell you, mate.
I just don't get why they haven't done the obvious thing, though, and add the ATO fill. Was it not the fill? What was it?
The thermometer.
And then it kicks the thermometer into it, doesn't it? That was it.
Yeah.
Like the D&D controller. It tells you the temperature.
Yeah, I mean, they should have done that. I mean, if you imagine that little box then would have been everything, would it? It would have been a flood. It would have been like a leak detector. It would have been a an ATO, and it would have been a thermometer all in the one box. You know what I mean? If you think about it, that would have been a perfect piece of kit, you know, in that sense, for sure. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think they've done well to, like, you know, for what they like, and even like the, you know, I've heard. I mean, I've got the Red Sea Reef Beat app for me, obviously, for my wave maker, you know, for my wave, and I've never had a problem with it, mate. It's always been rock steady, and everybody you see and you hear about, you always talk highly of it, you know, about how good it is, how stable it is, easy to set up, easy to add things, products to it and stuff like that. So if they keep carrying on like this, you know what I mean? Like you said, they're going to have their own ecosystem. They'll sell all their tanks with everything on it, like a bulk purchase. Like we said before, what I think Reef Factory will do, you know what I mean? They will do the same. They'll all come out where you'll be able to buy the whole package together, you know what I mean? So you'll have the roller filter, you'll have the pump, you'll have everything, you'll have the leak detector, you'll have everything that you want on it, you know what I mean? And it'll cost a few quid, but for people who don't want to buy separate and they just want the whole thing, you know what I mean? That's what they'll do, mate.
Don't they like all matching brand that goes through. I could see people liking that, you know, like back in the 90s when you used to get your stack stereo system, you know what I mean? With your CD, your tape deck, your amp, your deck, you all wanted it like to be the matching brand, didn't you? Because it just looked good and it, like, you know, that it worked together.
Absolutely, and that's what it is, mate. Like you said, people have their own things, you know. But like for me, I've got a mixed match of like equipment on mine. You know what I mean? You can't get
everything in the same brand.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. But like for me, I'm not biased to one company, or, you know, I'm not like one with one company. At the end of the day, I say as it is. If something works for my tank and I see it working, then I'm going to say. And that's why I rave about the Ecotech lights. I absolutely love those Ecotech lights, mate. I don't care what anybody says, For me, I don't care what anybody says, mate. My opinion, those Ecotech lights, on my tank, have been a game changer. They've been one of the game changers for the tank, mate. You know what I mean?
They have been brilliant.
Yeah, on myself, exactly. Now, like you said, we've said before, is it going to work on everybody's tanks? Are people going to like them? No, not all the time. Certain people might like you said, the Red Seas. Certain might like the Kessels. People have different preferences because each light does something different, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And that's where it goes. But for me, going from AI, which, bear in mind, were a fantastic light, and they basically grow my tank, you know what I mean, to what it is today, Going from them into AI, into the Ecotech is like night and day, mate. It's like going from a Ford Fiesta to a Range Rover. That's what it's like, mate. Totally different. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Totally different. It's better quality. They're just better. They're just better in at the bottom line of it. You know what I mean, mate? So for me, it's a lot better for my tank. It's done well for my tank, and I couldn't be more pleased for it. You know what I mean?
But also, it's later technology, isn't it? Because your AI were X number of years old. These are 4 years old. So you think, 4 years, they've had a number of generations since then. Obviously, the price point is more expensive as well. If you bought the Radians at the same time as those, you would have paid more for whatever generation were out. But they're really good lights. I mean, I've still got that. Obviously, that video I put out of the floating excavator, I've got a Gen 3 over that. And that light has been running for 8 years nearly on 2 different tanks, and it grows those corals fine. But I know what you mean. Yeah,
for sure, mate.
I like Ecotech. I think the MP 10s and 40s are brilliant. I think they're really, really good. I know you can get different flow with the Max Spec and all of those, but for me, as a primary flow, and then I put tunsies and other things around them to get some different flow, but I do like, and again, the MP40s I've got on another tank, they've been running for 8 years as well. So as far as I say, touch wood, the Ecotech stuff lasts, for me personally, it lasts a long, long time. And whilst they're a little bit more expensive, I can't argue with how long I've had them.
John thinks your T-shirt needs ironing, mate. That's what he's saying there.
Mine, Oh, it does, mate, to be fair.
Is that a brand? Is that a Reefing T-shirt there? What's that you've got on there?
It was one of those Reefing things, wasn't it? You know, remember was it 2 years ago when that guy did that? When that guy did can't remember who it was now. It says the aquatic. What does it say? Actually,
we don't know, Steve. It's your
We're
T-shirt.
asking you, Steve. It looks like
the aquatic community. It says, and then he puts all your stickers. You've got all different things on the back. You know, all people's.
What are you showing us?
Pictures, mate.
Yeah. On your back,
right?
You got a sticker on your back, you say?
What's on the back?
Like of a load of different stickers. I'll take it off and I'll show you 1 minute.
No. Turn around. Oh, for God's sake.
1 minute. He's after 9. He's after 9 o'clock, so we're all right.
There you go.
All right. It's not an OnlyFans stream, Steve.
Yeah, only Steve.
Right, so you got Mogsys. There you go, Mogsys Aquarium. Who else is on there, Steve? Anybody else? Fish. What's that say?
I've got no idea.
Fish Instagram. And then there's loads of famous.
There's just other stickers on there, isn't there? I don't know. I can't read the
others. That's pretty cool. That's. I don't recognise any of them. Apart from Steve's, obviously. But
probably most of them are closing their tanks down. It's 2 or 3 years ago.
What the hell's going on there?
I don't know.
You can leave your head on. Oh, he's here.
There we go. You missed that.
Craig David's back. Bow selector. Can we have a rewind?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike's work,
yeah.
I can't believe
what was we talking about then?
No idea.
Oh, guys, what you like?
Get that shirt that Ross is selling on his channel, whatever it is. OnlyFins, that's what it is.
OnlyFins.
Very good thing. Well, it's a nice T-shirt.
Nick's saying I'll get converted onto the new Illuma. I won't, my mate. I'm sorry. I don't think I would. If the truth be told, I think I just like the slimline look of these. You know what I mean? They're just so nice now. They just look perfect on my tank. On a 3 foot tank, I think those ones, maybe those Loom Magics on a larger tank. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You know, big tank and stuff. But these ones, they just fit the bill. 2 nice XR30s. Maybe it's probably a little bit overkill in one sense. You know, my tank. I probably would have, in theory, you probably would have maybe gone with like, say, 3 XR15s. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't want that centre one. I didn't want that centre, you know, the centre bracket in the middle, mate. When we were I just didn't want it in there, and that's why. Hence the reason why I went.
It works fine though. In terms of that, it does fit really nice in that centre. Did you just not want an odd number of lights?
No, I didn't want it. No.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so I wanted it even. I didn't want it. So it's like obviously like you've got to go.
What percentage schedule do you run it on? Those 30s can't be high.
42%.
Oh my God, they're going to last longer than you. They are.
42%, mate.
Not even getting warmed up, are they? There.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can put. I mean, obviously the LEDs they do get a little warm, but they're not like when you can put your hand underneath it and there's like you don't feel hardly any heat. And I don't even think I've ever heard the fans kick on. To be fair,
42%.
I don't think I've ever heard them. I don't even know if they work. To be honest, I've never heard them kick on. You know what I mean? To be fair,
spend all that money and the fans don't work. Send them back to Jez.
I'll tell you if they work. Stick them on 100. Do the demo and then stick them on 100% for about 10 minutes. They'll kick in.
They'll kick in, yeah. They'll burn all these coals, but it'll find out the fans. Melting.
Yeah, always style of pouring and melting into like some molten lava and all. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Jamie, my fans work. It's all right, Jamie. Fans work, but I've got no coals left.
Better than mine. Mine don't bloody work.
Tell you what though, I'll tell you what though, I'll do a video and I'll probably get about 7 million views because people like seeing that, don't they? Right, Mogsys Aquariums, corals melted, yeah? And I guarantee I'll probably get about 5 million views on that video, mate. Do you know what I mean? That'll be good.
Yeah. People just tune into YouTube just to watch people's tanks go wrong, though. That's what it is. Little monthly update. Everything's going well. No one clicks on it. And then if you put absolute nightmare.
Absolute nightmare. Yeah, you get about 100,000 views. People
Clickbait.
People do want to see some disasters, don't they? They do. I mean, I suppose that's just life, isn't it? You know,
it's more interesting, isn't it? Really, to watch something like that than it is to watch something going well.
But what you could have a bit of clickbait. Jay's real reef melted my corals. Jay gets the blame.
No, that's your next video. Tested my Radian fans and overcooked my corals. There you go. That'll get some views, Steve. With a picture of the fans and all the water jumping out because it's that, that powerful.
And the chromies are still there.
The chromies.
They've got their oxygen on their back.
Scuba tanks on the back. We could. Yeah, we could try that. No, we could think about that one. Let me have a look. The new Illuminagics are slimline state. To be honest, I haven't even seen them, so I couldn't even I haven't seen them in person. I haven't seen them picture of them. To be fair, you know what I mean. But I think you're thinking of the Blaze.
Somebody asked me on my video, one of my videos. Go on, sorry.
No, it's the Blaze. It's the Blaze. The
the AI ones.
Is that made by?
I think AI Blaze, aren't they? Are they Blaze?
Blades.
No, they're the Blades.
Yeah,
the Blades.
Blaze.
I don't know what the Blaze is. I don't know.
That's a different mate.
They're the Blades. No, they're the Blades. Yeah.
No, someone asked me on my
Aqua 23.
Yes.
Telford. Who's going? We are going.
Yes. Can't wait for this one.
We're off.
Tickets
I can't wait, mate. I'm looking forward to it.
If we go 2 days.
When can you book the tickets? Can you book them?
No, they're not out yet.
Not out yet, Steve.
No. They're finalising.
We need to get them.
No, we'll be
it's
there.
Friday and Saturday.
I can't wait, mate.
So, we'll go 2 days, stay overnight.
We're staying Saturday, aren't we? I think. Is that the plan?
Well, I don't know.
Saturday, yeah.
I know we said we're going, but we haven't sorted out when.
Saturday, I think Saturday. Steve, make sure you book off the bus. Yeah. No one's going from Sandwich Moor to Manchester that weekend.
No, nobody's going off, mate. From my bus, mate. No, I'm definitely there for sure, 100%. Yeah. Look, we need to, like I said, we'll definitely finalise it, and then we can put it out, and then we will be going. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. No, it's October, but it's super around the corner. Should be good fun. Let's see.
It'll be a good laugh.
I hear that. You okay? Hey, it will be good fun, mate.
We could do a live stream from Telford.
Oh, no, that's a Friday, isn't it? You can't do that. We'll all be in the same room. That wouldn't work, would it?
Well, it'd be in the conference center.
A live stream.
The Friday.
We'll be able to say, Steve, we couldn't hear him because we're in the same room. Obviously, we would be able to hear him there.
Yeah, no one else could hear him, but we could.
No one else can in the world. Yeah. I can't wait.
I'm not bringing my laptop. You know, that's gonna stay home, mate. I'm not bringing anything to do any live streaming.
We can send Steve. We can send Steve round with a roaming mic around the conference centre, a bit like they do on the grid at the Grand Prix.
Oh yeah,
down interviewing everyone. Steve, you can do that.
That would be good.
Hey, come on, mate.
I can't wait. And Nick's going. He's going to have a standby. It sounds of it. There, he's going to have a stall. I reckon there's going to be a lot of people there. A lot of stalls there.
Oh, there'll be a lot. Oh, there'll be loads. Well, it was only for wholesalers, wasn't it? Wasn't it just for for wholesalers only? Now they've opened it up for 2 days to the public. Yeah, so that'll be packed, mate. I think that'll be packed. So I can't wait.
Europe's biggest show, and it's in the UK, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. So I went 3 years ago because I used Fish Palace, the company, to get me 2 tickets. It's to go, so I went.
Really he's taking the mic there. Cheers, mate. Jay goes SPS. That's clickbait. Everyone knows it'll be brown anyway.
Illuminagic does a larger unit called the Blaze. Oh, that might be the one I see, mate. Right, it might be. I do remember seeing one, a large one. It could have been that, to be honest. And I thought, don't think I'll be buying anything like that.
Well, you'll see it at the show anyway, won't you?
I'll see it at the show anyway. Yeah, for sure. Clint Coddle.
Yeah.
Clint Coddle. Hope you're well. We will see you there for sure. Chris has you seen a new radio?
Right, Steve.
Yeah,
you've got to keep your top on there.
You know what, mate? Yeah, can't be showing anything up. Can't be showing people my sexy body, mate. Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Under wraps.
Yeah, that's under wraps. That's under wraps, mate.
Under wraps.
Has anyone new radio light shades from Aquaprint look very smart? I haven't seen them actually.
No, I haven't seen them.
No, I haven't seen them.
Radio
No, I haven't seen them.
I've got the diffuser ready, so I don't know how that would work.
I don't know what that looks like. I have to have a look. I have to message him. And
no, I haven't seen them.
No.
Let's try and get a picture.
I've seen them, to be fair.
Yes, if you can.
Let's have a look at a live.
Alief. I'm thinking about downsizing to a 3-foot and focusing on a coral specific dominant tank. Undecided yet. I'm in no rush. That would be good. That would be really nice.
As long as it's Connie's, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, Connie's.
I like it.
Yeah, 3 foot is a manageable size, isn't it? It's a nice size. 3 foot,
nice
really,
size, probably about 280
you know
meters, 250, something like that.
Yeah, about 250. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that's a nice size, that isn't it? 3 foot. Let's see. We should ask the organisers to do a YouTuber stall. Hold on a minute. Whoa, hold on a minute. I want to go have a
holiday. We're going for an holiday.
I want to go and have a wander. I'm having a wander, mate. I'm not sitting down. I'm wandering around. No chance. YouTubers.
That's what they're
yeah, I'll tell you what. Jake can sit there with his light shining in front of him like he's Bart Simpson, and we can walk around. That's what we'll do. Yeah. And then people can come up and go.
Where's Ross?
Hey, Bart.
Where's Ross here? Is Ross here? Where's Ross? Is he here?
Do not.
We can get him a t-shirt.
Where's Ross? Where's Ross?
You can absolutely do one.
Yeah, where's Ross?
I'm not walking over that.
Where's Ross? And on the back, do one.
Enough of it on YouTube. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Mate,
I love it.
No, you don't. We're not going to work on holiday.
It'll be good fun.
Holiday.
Oh, it'll be good fun, that, mate. Yeah, it'll be good fun. We'll all meet up. We'll all meet up at some point, Carl, for sure, mate. It'll be a good laugh, that. I think definitely. Yeah, we'll all get a good photo together. Because when you see people, I was in the shop, and there was a guy the Cracker Collins the other day, and he was like, I watch your YouTube live streams, and I'm like, what's your name? And he said, oh no, I don't put anything. He just watched it. So he does. I said, oh, like comment and all that. He's like, oh no, I'm shy. I'm like, you're not showing your face. Just put your name is. But I'm looking for him, and I can't find him. He was called Carl, but I can't. He's not put his name. He's not got. It's just that he's just starting out. And
he watches you every week on the stream.
He watches our live streams, yeah. But he said he doesn't comment. I said, just put a comment, say hi and all that. Right. So if you're watching, mate, put hi. You might not be watching, but put hi.
Hi, where's Ross?
But, yeah. No. Hi, where's Ross? Yeah, put that down. Hi, where's Ross, Jay? Jay's face there. Oh, I love it.
You're doing my head in now.
In partnership with 3D Reefing. Oh, it's on Instagram. It's in partnership, Jay.
Yeah, I found it here.
You got it?
It's hard to see though, really. You see it?
Oh, right. Oh, I see, yeah.
So they are just shades.
They look
3D Reefing, it says.
Yeah, they look good.
So I suppose it stops the spill, doesn't it? I mean, mine's classic for spill at the moment. Look, it's all over the shop, but stops that spill of light, doesn't it? Outside your aquarium. That's the idea.
Yeah. Good idea, then.
Don't know how it fits.
Didn't they have someone like that where you could move the, where you could move the sides? So rather than it being a structure like rigid, there was ones where you could move the sides, wasn't there? Remember them?
What, Ecotech?
No. Somebody made the shades, shades.
The shades, where you could adjust them.
Where you could adjust them, from the sides, the spread, yeah. Somebody done that a long time ago. Yeah.
Someone's fitting one.
I remember seeing that.
Here, watch this. There's a little video here.
Wait a minute. PJ Goblin's in the house. Evening, PJ. Let me have a look. 1 minute, Jay.
So is that it?
It'll start playing.
Oh, right, yeah.
No.
Oh, I see.
Right,
you can move them, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're good, aren't they? I do
Yeah,
like
they
them.
They look good. They
do look good, don't they?
As well.
Must be.
Wait,
Yeah, 3D
it shows you a thing. It just slots on. It's obviously magnetic. 3D.
Yeah,
Reefing.
must be. Yeah.
Is that a collaboration there going on? Wait, watch this. Look. It slots on.
Yeah, it's magnetic then, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like a quality product, that does. Look at the spill up there.
Look quality, that.
Oh, yeah, what a difference.
That's
a big difference, isn't it, in terms of light spill?
Massive difference. I tell you what, though, if you
looking like that, without looking like that.
I tell you what, if you're putting them on your tank, you want to definitely check your palm meter as well. Yeah, that looked perfect. That jail yours.
Mine's like bloody sun. Right.
Anyway, that does look good, so I'll look into them for sure.
Definitely. We like a new product to look at. That was brilliant. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Maybe
sure.
I'll tell you
PJ Goblin.
We contact Johnny and see if he wants to pop on a live stream. He can bring the product on.
Well, yeah.
And talk about it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll message him and see if he's around over the next couple of weeks and he can show it off and just tell us about it.
I can't get on next couple of weeks. Thanks for that. I'm gonna miss it now. Do it in about 3 weeks.
I'll do it in 3 weeks when everyone's seen it, Jay. That's all right. Everyone's seen it. You're a bit late to the party, but Jay wasn't here.
All right, we'll do it in the next couple of weeks.
No,
I'll watch on catch up.
You make me feel bad. I'll do it when you come back, and then everyone will be blind.
No. I'll put it on catch up. Cheers, Carl. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Carl. Appreciate that, mate. Nice one.
There's not much choice live from right, so.
Haley, she likes the Waterbox 90.3. Yeah, nice tank. Nice tank.
That's a Waterbox
90.3.
I tell you what, Haley, have a look at the DD Reef Pro 900.
Yeah.
Well, I only say that because I've got it, and it's a really nice tank. Really well built.
They're good. I saw that at Kraken. That really looked good.
Yeah, when we said they had the 1200, didn't they? I remember right. Yeah, quality build.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we've actually caught up. I'm trying to scroll down to see that I've not missed any comments or.
Well done, Steve.
Time
for your giveaway now.
I think we're up to date on them all, pal. Yeah, we've done well there. Done well. Let me have a look. What was this? What was this? I missed this. Rocket Man J. What was all that about?
Oh, he was singing. He was singing when using the toilet.
Rocket Man. No.
Ah, right. I did. Oh, right. I see.
I said it looked like a rocket lolly, didn't they, with the bloody red and yellow and orange and whatever it was. Was that Black Pearl Reef? Yeah. Thanks for that, mate.
Black Pearl Reef. Yeah.
I think it was him that said that.
Oh God.
It was either that or John. John Wright, maybe. Can't remember.
Oh yeah.
So Jay, are you going to get rid of your Zoa rock for more Goniapora, or is that a no-go?
I was looking at it again today, and you know what? I don't think so. That's my family's favourite part of the reef.
I know it is. Yeah.
My little boy's favourite bit, and then my wife as well. She just likes Zoas. Do you know what? A lot of people who are not in reefing, who come and look at the tank, think the Zoas are the best corals, and I'm like, they're not that expensive, are they really? So when you say,
look at the Rainbow Chalice, look at that one. You must love that one because it costs the most.
They don't. They don't like it that much because it doesn't do anything, does it? It doesn't move.
There's no flow.
There's no flow with it. Whereas I don't know, a lot of people like the Zoas. So I don't know. Is the answer to that one? I personally am happy to get rid of it and have I'd like a ledge where I could fit maybe 6 gonnies or 8 gonnies on it, all different high-end gonnies, ones that I've travelled around and picked over a period of time. That's what I'd like, and maybe that will happen at some point. Yeah. I do fancy that. That. I've only got 4 at the moment. These 4 here. I love that. That's my favourite bit of the tank.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
So the
Your
little
favourite bit
island
now?
here is my favourite bit of the tank with the goddies on it now.
Yeah, you've said it before. And
Yeah,
then get the
I've got to admit,
going. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to admit, for your tank, like when you see it, like I've got to admit, I am envious of that Gunny Island. To be honest, Jay, out of all, I am envious of that, mate. You know what I mean? I'm like, when I look at it, I'm like, why can't I keep Gunnies? You know, like you do, you always. But there's always something in your tank that you can't keep. You know what I mean? There's always something that somebody cannot keep.
not just one collar, a whole category. Just
tell you what, have you never tried like saying Millie Porter or anything like that?
Yeah, the guy.
He's got digits.
Well, yeah,
just haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to.
What's that red one? That's TNT, is it?
That's an Anacropora there. That's Anacropora, which is like that's
TNT.
Like yeah. Yeah, it's
right.
well nice. It's well nice, right. Mate, but that's it's like I think Anacropora is quite easy compared to the other SPS, like Teneus and Millies and stuff like that. I think it's an easier one.
One thing I've never had is an Anacropora. You know, I've seen
you'd love it. It's
called
like
HC Aquatics, mate. That green one, that bright green one, what he's got in his tank, that HC Aquatics, mate, that Anacropora, that just looks absolutely stunning. I look at that, it's like a toxic green full on, mate. I was like, wow, that would stand out. You had a big colony in that in your tank. Do you know what I mean? It looked incredible. I've never tried an Acropora or short. You know what I mean? That's all.
Man, it's easy for you. It's absolute walk in the park.
No, I won't say it's a double, mate.
It's off every week because it'd be like a weed, like I say. Honestly, it grows it.
But let's have a look. NBM new nano tanks coming soon. Oh, I can't wait to see them, mate. That will be interesting. Really looking forward to that one for sure. Definitely.
Is that all in ones, or is that some? Have they got sumps? Are they all in ones, or can't you tell us that much?
Being all in one, Matt. Being all in one, surely. And nano, NBN nano tank. I can't wait.
Hey, will it be at the show? Will it be ready for the show? That'd be interesting.
Mixed tanks. I've got to admit, when I seen them up at Radicals. Oh, excuse me. When I seen them up at Radicals, brilliant tank, mate. Don't get me wrong. It was quality tank, really well built. Could have followed, mate, and I love, like I said last week, the flow underneath was genius in a sense. It was a great idea and something you've never seen before. Do you know what I mean? I thought, really, really good idea. So definitely, I can't wait to see these nano tanks. That should be really interesting.
So are those tanks going to be on show at Telford?
Yeah, I think he's putting the chat there with the hearts. Check out the hearts.
Right, yeah, just see it. Yeah. That'd be good, really, to see it. I mean, Nick's put on there about excited for Telford. I am as well. Also, because it's got fresh water there. Because when we went to Holland, it was really good. Not just the marine section, but also seeing the fresh water and those people doing skate paths. And when you see some of the planted tanks, some of those people were doing. So I'm hoping they'll do that kind of thing as well. Because whilst obviously marine is our thing, to go and see some of the other stuff that other people are doing is really good as well.
Yeah. Well, it would be for me because I mean, unfortunately, like my partner's cousin, he was in an accident and he got paralysed. Yeah, so he's in like this this housing where they go in and help you. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the community thing. Where when they go in and they help you and stuff like But it's in this house and it's like Manchester Council run and stuff. And he was always mad. He was always mad on fresh water. So he asked me. He said to me, "Would I be able to set him one up? You know what I mean? A fresh water tank." Yeah. And I'm like, I don't have the foggiest idea, mate, of how to set any of one of them. Do you know what I mean? And I said, I don't want to. He went, "Oh, I'll sort you through it, but it will be interesting." But he said it'll be towards the end of the year, when it gets settled in and stuff like that. So that would be great for me because I'll maybe be able to learn a little bit on how to settle. I know a lot of people say it's easier than salt water and this, that, and the other. But when you've never done it, you know what I mean? It's difficult, isn't it? You know what I mean? Salt water was my only thing, but was my first thing I ever dipped my toes into in marine fish keeping. So, you know what I mean? This is all I've ever known. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how it works and what stuff you need. And do you need live plants, or can you put plastic? I don't know, mate. I don't have a clue. You know what I mean? It's totally new to me. You know what I mean? So
you'd have to do all
definitely
the
take a few
research
points
like you
from
did
that.
for saltwater, wouldn't you? You'd have
It's
to do all that
one
again.
of those that you can make it as easy or as hard as you want. Because you get
Yeah.
plants that you can just put in and they'll just grow nice and easily, do some water changes, blah, blah, blah. Because Jill's got one in the kitchen. I had that way before the tank's here. And that's so easy. It's a water change every so often. And that's it. Or you can get planting
Tap water in it. You put tap water in it?
Yeah. You put tap water in it and you just put this thing that just neutralizes some of the stuff that's in tap water. So, yeah, just fill it up with tap water. In fact, RO, if you put RO in, you have to then, I think, have to put other stuff in because you've got lack of nutrients in it.
Wow.
So
this is what I'm saying. This is like
RO, you use just tap water. So it's nice and easy to do.
Wow.
She's had the tank running for near on 12 years. Same tank.
Wow.
Just do a water change every 2 or 3 weeks and that little tetras and stuff like that. It is really easy, but it's really nice to watch. And then Sam's got one in my youngest. He's got a tank in his bedroom, and that's now becoming a bit of a planted tank that he's been setting up. So I don't know how many tanks we've got in the house. We've got like 5 tanks. Which 3 of mine, and they've got a tank each.
Some of the aquascapes they do in the fresh water are incredible as well.
Oh, mate. Yeah. Some of them are incredible. Oh, for sure. For sure. Drippy Reef Geek. Can we have an update on the world's biggest reef convention?
It's definitely not the biggest.
On this one.
So
when is it?
I'm not saying anything. I haven't sorted it out yet.
You've been busy. You've been busy. Don't worry. It's on its way. Is it 2023?
If one happens, then yes, it will be before the summer.
Splendid. Can't wait.
But Telford's in October.
Jacob introducing a copper band today. Wish you luck. Wish you luck. Fingers crossed. Beautiful, beautiful copper bands. They are, but they are stunning fish. Copper bands, where they just like glide about the tank. They're just like majestic, aren't they? But they are so finicky and like picky at foods and stuff. Yeah. Some actually they feed on mysis and stuff like that, don't they? And like they really, you know what I mean? They go to town and stuff, and they're usually good, you know what I mean? And whereas some others, like one of my mates, he had it didn't, you know, like some of the Aptasias and stuff, and then it went, and then it ate a few little bits and bobs, and then it died. He just stopped eating for some strange reason. He don't know why. He said he just couldn't understand it, why it stopped eating, which was a shame, but
yeah,
so
finicky fish. That seems to happen.
Finicky fish.
The majority of people that happens too. Some have it for years, but the vast majority, when you see, seem to lose them. From what you read, anyway, and they've got a very high.
Yeah, absolutely. Rate. Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Do I need a bigger tank? I don't know if I do. Do I need one? I quite like the little one.
You do.
It works, mate. I want a shallow reef. That's ultimately what I want. About 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah. I tell you what, my latest one I'd like is a acrylic circular tank, about 4 foot in diameter, with the weir in the middle. Wow. And then you could have whatever tanks you want, because they just go round and round in circles.
Where are you going to put that? That's huge.
I don't know. No, that's just my latest brainwave. I'm not saying
it's just like his banister array or something.
Okay, it won't go in the garage. And Jill's saying from the corner.
It'll fit in the garage. It'll fit in long ways in the garage.
It won't fit in the garage. But you imagine it, 4 foot, 2 foot deep. Jill's giving me loads of flack because she hates this tank. She's standing saying, absolutely. She's giving me grief in the door, saying a 4 foot circular tank will be far better than that because that's rubbish. She hates it.
What? Because it's not big. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's just boring. Not a lot in there.
Thinks it looks lost.
More fish, blah blah blah. Yeah, compared to the 5 foot, she just can't.
Oh yeah, I'll come and pick it up off you, and then you get a new one.
So yeah, that's the
Mickey
for me. 4 foot circular tank.
Yeah,
that sounds beautiful. To be fair,
that's
custom build. You'll get that one day. One day you'll get that.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I just think you will, mate. You, Paul. You're one of those people, I think, that just goes for it. You think about it, and you overthink things, and then you just go for it.
It doesn't really matter.
No, they'd have to go. The other ones would have to go.
Yeah.
I might have one in the garage because it'll just look untidy out there. But then I could run it, all the pipe work underneath the floorboards and put the sump in the garage. That would just be nuts.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Mogsys Aquarium, you've either got for any water, never mind more corals. Very true, my friend. We could always find room for a small little piece, can't we? We can always find room for a little small piece.
Always room for a Raja.
There's always room for a little piece.
Always room for that. You know what? I've just got this vision, mate, of this Raja growing into like something incredible. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling that it's gonna when I'm gonna put it, it's just gonna look like absolutely stunning. And I think once it grows like a nice decent size, the only issue I have then is it'd probably be shading my bubble coral. That's the only problem that I'm gonna have. You know what I mean? But
we need to get rid of that.
Have you
get what? The Raja, I've not even got it yet.
The bubble coral. It's too big. Put it back in.
Get out of it. Get out of it.
Put it back in the sea.
No chance, mate. That bubble coral was one of the very first corals I ever got, mate. I'll never get rid of it. Ever. Never, mate.
The glass is that big. It's pressed up against it. I've seen it.
Can't do that. Can't do that, Jay. It's like me saying to you, you're gonna have to get rid of all those. What? Instead of keep your Zone Island, but you're gonna have to get rid of all your gunnies. You never do it, will you?
No.
Right, exactly. keep your Zone Rock because you got that.
Gunnies go there. That's the one.
Oh, mate.
Never getting rid of the gunnies.
Huddon's Reef. Picking up my next batch of mackerels for signature frags tomorrow. Just a nice 6-hour round trip. You know what though? It's always you go on that 6-hour round trip, but when you get them, you get them home and you get them in your tank. You're like, oh, it's well worth that 6-hour round trip, wasn't it? You know what I mean? 6 hours.
That's a long one. Unfortunately, when I went to Signature Frags, obviously I was in Birmingham at the time, so that's where I met Jake because it was only an hour and a bit drive. So for me, it would be a 6-hour round trip as well.
Yeah.
Why not, Jake? Why not go on your own tank?
You know what that look as there was someone on Instagram who's got basically I think maybe just a coral bed that was just on his.
I've seen it,
and it's just all different colours and different variations, and it looked unreal. It looked
incredible.
Unreal.
I know,
I don't know. There's still some of the others that I like. I love the Torch. I like the Gorgonian because they all move as well. So there are a few other ones that I've got that I really like as well. Yeah, the Gorgonian. I love the Gorgonian. That's such a cheap coral as well. I think I got it from AAC. It was about £10, £15. Just love
I remember. Nice piece, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice. Just at the top there. Really nice. Bright purple it is. Looks nice.
Yeah. John's putting you can't just use RO for fresh water. You know what, John? Like I said, I'm going to. I will research it because, like I said, it's in this care home like thing, and so he wants to, like I said, he wants to get settled in, get it fingered and all that because it's not been in it long, and then towards the end of the year he said he'll what do you call it? Excuse me. He wants one setting up. I don't think he's not going to want a big one because I said I'm going to have to do the maintenance on it. You know what I mean? So I'll have to go round once a week or something, do water changes and stuff. So yeah,
did he say water change?
Water change. Yeah, water change. I was going to say, I don't do water changes on my own tank, let alone on somebody else's.
Say that to him.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know what. I'll be having hot sweats like that, mate, doing it. Like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean? We should be doing this.
We'll be having a Cobra meeting. How do I do a water change?
What do you do with this hose? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, we'll figure some out. But yeah, no, it'll be towards the end of the year. But I'll definitely do it for him at some point.
Such a nice.
It'll be worth it. One of the best shops around. Nice what's that? Contact me, Steve. I'll sort you a tank and bits for you, bro. Pal, I appreciate that, mate. Nice one. Cheers, Nick. Just got 3 SPS for signature frags today. Very impressed. PC Rainbow, Red Planet, and the Firecracker. I've got all of them. Well, I've got the PC Rainbow, the Red Planet, but I haven't got the Red Firecracker. I'm sure I've seen it actually. It was on his latest website. It was on the one that he uploaded, wasn't it? That Red Firecracker. I've seen a picture of it, to be fair. It's got some stunning SPS, SPS corals there, mate. Yeah, some stunning. You know what I mean?
I do like the Red Planet. I think Red Planet's underrated. I think it's a really nice coral. You've got a big slab of it, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the one at the back, mate. The one that fell when Scott broke a piece off. When I broke a piece off of Scott, mate. Yeah, and it went into the graveyard, but that wasn't staying in the graveyard, mate. That was coming back out. It had to be. It had to come back out. It fell on the floor, mate. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's stuck there now, and it stayed there. So no flagging of that for at least a year. Sounds like Paul's got too much money if he wants an acrylic tank.
But yeah, I'll probably be put off by the price, to be fair. I can imagine how much that would cost. And that's without the stand.
Oh, yeah.
The stand that matches the shape as well. I'd probably start crying if I saw the price.
Wouldn't you just love to have enough money that you could go on like Grand Designs and design your house, and then built in is like your perfect aquarium as part of like the kitchen dining room area, something like that.
Mate, I've said that to my missus. My dream is always to be that. Is to build my own home. I've always said ever since I met her. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I said if I won the millions, yeah, I would build my own home. But I said there's one caveat to that. And she went, I know what you're gonna say. And I said, what am I gonna say? You went, you're gonna build it around your aquarium. And I said,
yes.
You read my mind. You read my mind, because that is exactly what I would do, mate. I will build my home around my aquarium. And that is it, mate.
Yes,
there's no doubt in my mind. It'll be next level. If it cost me £1 million to build, it'll cost me £1 million. But that's what it will take.
What kind of tank would it be? Would it be in the centre tank or be in the corner? What would it be?
I know exactly what it's going to be. It will be basically a room divider, yeah. So it will be like a separation between my kitchen, like living area, and my living room, but it'll probably be around about maybe 30 foot long, 25 foot long or so, huge tank, mate. It'll be massive, but all like the sump and everything will be all underground. It'll all be in the basement, and that's the way it'll be. So I'll have a basement, everything will all under.
Not to make it too deep, because you can't get the corals there, otherwise.
No, it won't be too deep. No, it won't be too deep. I'd probably say maybe what foot. So say 20, 25 foot long, 4 foot deep, 3.5 foot deep or so. And then just a nice size. And then everything all underneath, mate. That's what it would be. All underground. It'd just be like, so it'd be silent running.
You wouldn't have to touch it.
And
everything's automatic.
And you know what I'll actually have? I'll actually have, like, say, a couple of 1,000 litre vats or something, like say 20,000 litre or 5,000 litre vats or something. I'll even do water changes. How about that? I'll even do a water change on it. You know what I mean?
I'll have to do water changes on it.
But if it's someone in to run the tank,
they're not that expensive.
Well, but you probably you'd have to get people in to run it, of course. But you'd probably still do a bit yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd still want to do a bit yourself, though, wouldn't you? Because it's not like your own tank. You'd want to do your own thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, you feed them, but you'd want to do your own thing. But that's
really rare to do a water change, Steve. I don't know where you're going. It's not expensive for salt. I know the price has gone up, but it's not that expensive. You've definitely spent your money there. He's definitely spent his Euro millions with a 30-foot tank. But
it's gone, isn't it? And £1 million to run it.
Yeah.
I don't listen. If you've won the Euro millions, 80 million or 70 million, what is a couple of £100,000 now? Is it? You know what I mean? To have that tank in your house, no doubt about it, mate. Everybody will do it. I don't care what anybody says. No, everybody will do it. If you're mad into your hobby,
I'd stick with that.
It's cylindrical.
Yeah,
I would get a cylinder.
And Jill will get a cylinder going up the staircase, right in between the staircase.
I've seen that one on YouTube. There's a YouTube or Instagram where there is a cylinder one that goes up between the stairwell, isn't there?
Yeah, there was. Well, if you look, I think it was maybe about 2 years ago. There's a Scottish guy, wasn't there? Was it in Fife or so? Well, he was one of Scotland's richest men, and he had his tank, and his tank burst, and he had a cylinder going up right where the staircase was. Really? And a cylinder, and it blew at the seams. The circle. Check it out. It was in Scotland. It was some Scottish businessman. Oh, I tell you what, he owned a load of taxi companies. He owned loads of taxi ranks, and it's a Scottish guy, and his tank burst, flooded his house, mate. Yeah, his whole house.
Hey, Carl will be that rich soon. He's got a taxi rank, hasn't he?
He'd have a fleet of them soon, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it might have been his, mate.
Might have been his.
Anyway, let's get going. Gwonk reef keeping, evening Gwonk.
Hey,
Greetings from the
US.
Greetings.
Yeah, good to see you.
Evening, my friend. Evening.
Nice one, mate.
Mogsys Aquarium. Dave Saxby says mandarins can jump out of a tank. I don't know how to get the speed. I have to agree with you on that one. Mine, to be fair, never comes from the bottom. She's always going around the bottom and goes on the lower edges of the tank. She's very. You will never see her. I've never seen her in the top section of the tank ever. Never seen her in the top section. She always stays on the bottom, or the most is in the middle, and that is it. And then she goes back down. She never goes any further than that. So I don't know how don't know how they can jump up for sure. Interesting. Let me see. More chance of getting the KH keeper set up, Paul. Laugh out loud.
One day.
Let me see.
Shattered your dreams there, Paul. Oh my God.
What, I'm setting up the KH keeper or getting a cylinder?
Getting the cylinder 4 foot. It's gone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
let me have a look.
We can pick it up and take it home.
Yeah, Ailey's saying that she had one jump out of her tank. He jumped through the night and landed on the tank brace. Wow. Oh, well.
There we go.
Tell you what. So they can jump.
They look very lethargic, don't they, when they're in the tank? They don't look like they've got the energy to do it.
They swim dead lethargic as well.
Don't they?
Like they hover. You know, like they move about and then they hover and they stay stationary and then they move again and then she stops and then I'm like, what the hell? The other day I must admit she sleeps in the corner of the tank, right in the corner, and I thought she was dead because she was like basically turned sideways, and then I was like, oh my God, so I'm tapping the glass to see if she moves. Well, fins wasn't moving or anything, and I'm like, she's dead here. She's dead, you know what I mean? But I didn't realise she's only got one eye and so she couldn't see me. So I was like, "Oh my God, she couldn't see me." But I went to put my hand in the tank with a turkey baster, and she shut off, mate. She went off. I'm off. Got under the rock. So
you're wondering where you're going to put the baster, to be honest. When you're poking.
Oh, mate, I thought she was dead. She was like sideways. I was like, God, she's dead. This thing.
Do that though. My clowns like sleep on the side a bit.
Oh, they do.
They lay on the side, don't they?
Yeah, they slant, but I'd never seen her doing that before, so I was like, oh, bit panicky. I mean, I do love that fish, to be fair. She's been through so much.
Well,
I don't know how she's still here, but one eye, mate. I don't know how she lost that eye. I really don't have a clue. It's crazy. Can you mix gunnies and hammers close together? I don't think you can. I think the hammers would sting the gunnies.
I don't know.
I think they'd sting them.
They might do. Now, whether they would be strong enough to resist it, a bit like I was saying around the candy cane being attacked by other things. So I don't know how resistant gonies are to hammers. I don't know.
My hammer's nowhere near. My hammer's there.
Yeah.
My gonies are here, so it's like they're miles apart. They're never going to touch.
Yeah.
The zoas.
What I want to know there, just quickly going back onto thingy Haley here, she was saying there she had what you call it. What I want to know is I've got a female in here. If I introduced a male, would they fight now, or would they pair? No, Mandarin. If I introduced a male to it, would he batter her? Would he like try and kill her or something like territorial, or would they mate? I don't know, like whether or do you have to introduce them as a pair? Straight from the get-go, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Rather than sometimes.
Maybe someone in the chat.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never really looked into it, but even my missus, she always says to me, she goes, "Don't you think this she looks lonely?" I'm like, "Looks lonely? What do you mean looks lonely? What do you mean looks lonely?" I went, "How can you tell that?" She went, "Oh, she just looks like she's lonely. Why don't you get a male?" And I've always thought about it, but then when I've looked on YouTube and all that, the males are like double the size of them, aren't they? They're a lot bigger than the females, and I was like, "Oh, I don't think I could risk that because if it started to beat her up, there's no way it'd have to be removed, mate."
It'd be tough to take him out as well if they go into the rock work and stuff like that. It'd be
exactly.
I don't know. There's some comments in there. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know about lonely, but you said she looked dead, so.
No, she's not. No, she looked dead. She was all right, mate. No, she was right. Mandarin's pair easy. Ayla, they could fight. You need to get a bigger male. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I seen one, a huge one. He was massive, and I was like, oh my god, I can't put that in there. It's like the size of Microbius. He was freaking ginormous, mate. I was like, no chance. He is massive. He would beat the living daylight over. I was like, no, because I don't know whether they would make
it back out, because you can't put it in that fish trap. It won't go in there. How would you catch it?
No. The only thing you can think of, you have to put some fish in, some fish food in, and then hopefully they're just buzzing around in the corner and just whip it out with the net.
Yeah, you trap them in the corner or something.
Yeah.
Well, Ailey's saying if you get a male or similar in size, she will attack him. They need to be larger than the female. Oh no, this one what I seen was way bigger. Like when I say literally, it's probably like double the size of me. No, mate, she was no. This guy was huge. He was massive. He was dead fat and everything. Well fed. He was a right chunk, mate. I was like, no, this guy's a bit of a beast. He looked like he was on steroids. This one. So I was like, what in the hell? He looks massive. Yeah, he looked massive, mate. I swear to God, when I seen him, he was huge. Big dorsal fin on the back of him. Huge, big dorsal fin. Beautiful looking fish. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
When they pair up and dance, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and they dance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's saying that she added a similar size as she mullered him. Wow. Didn't it? God, you wouldn't have thought that, would you?
No.
Males get huge. Absolutely. You can say that again. Yeah, he was massive. He was absolutely massive. Let's have a look. Got a hammer next to an Alvaporio with no issues. State that Andrew Sandler of Manchester, I will be ever won that Euro Millions, mate. Don't you worry.
Just waiting for his
£2.50. I won £2.50 the other week, so I'll have to put a deposit on it. Yeah.
Get in there.
It's I tell you what. I know. Honest to God, I would. There's no doubt in my mind that I would do something like that, mate. My missus, she says to me, "I'm spontaneous. Yeah, I do things and then think about it after it. You know what I mean? Don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those people where I'll buy something or I'll do something, and then I think about either the consequences or I think about the monetary value after the event. Do you know what I mean? So, say for instance, if I wanted a new car, I'd go to a car showroom. Yeah, most people would look at a car and go, "Yeah, that's a nice car, that isn't it?" You say, "Yeah, it's nice." Yeah. Then I'll look at it, I'll take it for a test drive, and I'll go, "Yeah, I'm having it," and I'll buy it. Yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd buy it. Yeah. Whereas my missus would go away. She'd phone the insurance company. She'd see how much the insurance was, and she'd do all those checks. You know what I mean? And she'll make sure. Whereas I'm just like, oh, straight on it. And then I think to myself, once the car's outside the house, God, that insurance is a bit high. We should have bought that car. Why did we buy that car? And she's like, "Look," and that's it, mate. So that's just me. You know what I mean? I'm just like that in general. So with a new tank, there's no doubt about it. That's what I would do.
At least you enjoy life that way.
Anyway,
that's true.
Absolutely, mate. Enjoy it for sure. Let me have a look.
I'll tell you one thing though, right? If you think about fish, they are really cruel, aren't they, to one another? And the hierarchy, they are absolutely ruthless in terms of survive or die.
Yeah.
When you see them, what happens in the tank, and they're straight on it, and then without hesitation, they'll kill another fish.
Yeah, it is
brutal. For sure, mate. Yeah, it is a brutal thing. Like I said, it's like a survival, isn't it? Survival of the fittest. That's what it is, mate. You know, in a way, it's cruel. Like you said, you know, don't you, Jay? When your fish was being bullied, remember by your clowns and all that. And all that.
About that
just ruthless, aren't they? They're just ruthless. They are. You know what I mean?
That female clown, as soon as she knew she didn't want that mandarin in the tank, she wasn't having that mandarin in the tank.
Yeah.
Stripped its fin. Exactly. This happened when I was at work, and it took about 30 minutes because I saw it on my camera, and I phoned Kate up and said, "Kate, you need to get home quick and try and rescue my fish out because it's getting killed on the bloody on the camera thing." And anyway, she was too late. She put it in the acclimation box, but it lost all its fins. It died. Yeah.
Shocking.
It's brutal.
It's sad, mate.
Then the guilt is just horrible because obviously you've put it in there.
Yeah.
It is. You do feel, like you said, you do feel some some regret of when you put things like that, don't you? You know what I mean? Because you feel like, how can I put it? You feel like you're to blame, don't you? You know what I mean?
But I used to take the mick. I used to put it in the box
the hotel.
Night,
yeah, it was in the hotel, tucked in, wasn't it? Yeah,
yeah.
In your B&B, didn't you? You used to put it in the B&B and all that, didn't you?
I used to have the box on here. They used to put it in there every night and then let him out every morning.
Yeah,
fine during the day. He's fine during the day.
It's what I do to my dog.
I know. So I went to
bed, mate, and then let him out in the morning.
And then still wasn't.
You know what? Yeah.
If Aquaprint UK had been around, he would have got a 3D double bed made for put into it, and a little TV to go on there so he can watch.
I tried to look after him. He's probably my favourite fish, to be fair. But
Dragonet was lovely,
for sure.
Yeah, Dragonet. I'd definitely get another Dragonet if I didn't have these. I wouldn't ever have clowns again. I'd once these are gone, that's it. Never having clowns again.
No.
Exactly. Liking.
Nick said he did a build for Grand Design exhibition. Oh, that was.
Wow.
I've never seen that. Well, that would have been mint. I would love to see it. You know what? I would love to be able to go and see a huge tank. You know, be able to see some huge tank. Like seeing David Saxby. Like Saxby or something. No, you know, like a Saxby's or something. Or, you know, somewhere like that, some tank like that. I would love to be able to just go and see it, like, and just, not in an aquarium. I've been to loads of those aquariums, you know what I mean? But, like somebody, like, you know, a private, like an everyday person like us, go to their home and see a huge one. I mean, we have nice tanks, don't get me wrong, but when you see these ones, you're just like marveling them, don't you? Yeah, it's just on a different scale. You know what I mean?
I'd love to see David Saxby's tank, just because it's well known, it's years old, but also then to go down the end of his garden where he's got the sump room and just everything, and he's been looking after that himself. I think he has people coming to help him now, but he used to look after that himself, and that's where he developed a lot of the products and other stuff. I've tested them and stuff like that. He's just be brilliant to see.
Is that the one on Instagram where you see the diver going in to clean the glass? Is that
no,
it's not as big as that.
That's Sadler.
Is it?
That's the Reef Polo.
That's Andrew. That's Andrew Sadler, isn't it?
Yeah,
in New York. No, so, what do you call it? Saxby's. He's the owner of D&D, innit? He's the owner of D&D, David Saxby. So he designed and all that, like the filters, you know, the clarity filters. But they were nothing. He had like the very first ones. Obviously, they designed them, his team and all that. Yeah, and you wanted to see it in his sub room, mate. And they look nothing like the ones that what he made, what he manufactured. They're just you've got to watch it. That Coddle 12G.
12G. If you look on YouTube, you find the video.
YouTube, Coddle 12G. Go over, and he visited David Saxby in his home with his team, and it was mind blowing, mate. Absolutely incredible, for sure. Yeah, definitely check it out, mate. You could do the shallow bowl trick, put them in a bowl and remove water. What's this about now? Just over their backs, keep heat and oxygen at lead of 45 an hour, mate. I don't know what that's about.
I think that's to do with the mandarins and how you pair them. I'm sure that was it.
Oh, right. Got you.
If you look at the next comment from Mickey Boy, he's done it with gold nugget clowns.
Ah, interesting. Never heard of that. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good. Interesting to know. Let me see. Mogsys Aquarium. I'd do a giveaway of 2,000 to all your.
It's a good idea. That
yeah.
I think you should do that. You've got such a loyal following thing.
What, 2,000 giveaway?
Give something back.
£2,000 giveaway.
Yeah, he never does a giveaway, does he, Jay?
He loves it. He loves the giveaway. To be fair, he is the man of giveaways.
He is. Yeah, the man that keeps
always
giving.
Always giving. Such a good guy.
Hey. Yeah, it's a team effort.
It's a team.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a team effort, my friend. It's a team effort. It was, yeah. Yeah, that was good. Don't get me wrong. That was incredible. That was incredible. That I tell you, that was incredible for sure. Let's have a look. Jay's fish snuff live streams. I want to see Saxby's tank. Absolutely, 100%. Mogsys Aquarium, he tests everything he sells on his own tank. Exactly, yeah, he does. He said that on that video, though, didn't he? What he did with Connell's with George, didn't it? Yeah, he said exactly the same thing. That he tests everything on his tank, so he wouldn't sell anything if it didn't work on his. You know what I mean? Which is the right way to go, isn't it? You know what I mean? For sure. Anyone else see Polo Reef getting some of Jake Adams' Connell? I did, mate. Yeah, it's all gone to the late Jake Adams, as we all know him, from Reef Builders. Reef Builders, I think they gave him I think it was the 525 or something like that, you know, the tank that was in the Reef Builders studio. They gave that Adams Sandlaw. I'm going to put it as like to remember him by, you know, like Jake and all that, and for a bit of his like finger to live on, you know, his corals that he grown from little frags into to live on, to put him into his tank. So I don't know if he's going to do a bigger. I don't know if he's going to do another tank, you know, that Sandlaw, or whether he's going to put him in his existing tank, you know, the bigger tanks. But he's got loads, hasn't he? He's got loads of tanks. So I'm sure he'll either put them in, maybe mix them all. But he might do, you know, like a specific, like a Jake Adams tank or something like that. That would be good, you know, where it's just all his coral as a memory to him, sort of thing. And let him go out. I think that would be fantastic. You know, we've done something like that. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good.
Nice,
good thing for him to do. Yeah, he does, Carl. He lives in Fulham. Yeah, exactly. Not far. Just off the King
Can you
Road.
see his blue lights when you go past, Carl? Must have a lot of blue light coming from his house.
It'd be massive, wouldn't it?
Absolutely surely.
Oh, I tell you, mate.
You go home Wednesday disappointed. Yeah, thanks, John.
Yeah.
We'll have a good day regardless.
I tell you, mate. Yeah. Anyway, we're all up to start. So after a little bit of a thing at the moment. At the beginning of the live stream, we seem to have got back on track at some point. Yeah. Haley, as always, appreciate it. Haley.
Thanks, Haley. Thanks all for joining.
Thank you for joining, Haley.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. But yeah, once again, guys, really appreciate you all joining the live stream. All your comments really means a lot to us all, for sure. And hope you all have a great weekend. And yeah, happy reefing, guys. And I'll see you either next week. It's going to be on your channel, isn't it, Paul?
I think so, yeah. Absolutely. And Jay, you're away, Jay.
Yeah, I'm not around next week. No, I'm not around. Sorry.
Jay's not around, but we'll try and figure out, bring somebody on, maybe. And we'll figure something out for next week. But yeah, once again, guys, cheers.
All the best. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks so.